Barbara Ehrenreich is a writer-journalist from Key West, Florida, who was at a meeting with her editor when she was asked about a possible project. The topic of the project was about the effects of minimum wage on everyday Americans. Although she didn't realize it then, she would soon get her book published, which would win multiple awards, including the LA Times Book of the Year award. From there, she accepted the agreement, and once she got all of her things in order, she started right in her hometown of Key West, Florida. She knew that in order to get an accurate project in terms of making it on minimum wage, she would have to live in different parts of the U.S. Barbara started with $1,000 and found that a motel that matched up with her budget. It's important to realize that all of the locations that she would live in were very urbanized. She started with an emergency fund because she was trying to simulate what it's like to find a job while unemployed. So every day she would fill out applications until one day the Hearthside Diner gives her a call and hires her as a server. Starting in her hometown made her nervous that she would be recognized by someone she knew, so she changed her name and essentially created a new identity undercover. She was asked by a coworker about a hotel cleaning job, so she quickly accepted because she was finding it hard to make ends meet. Barbara made it clear that she had been a server before, so training was pretty simple. The book is in 3 parts, and this one was called Serving in Maine. She made friends with a server named Gail and got a lot of inside information regarding restaurant drama. She learned that a lot of the servers there were either homeless, by either living in their car, or sharing a motel room with other servers or boyfriends. The head manager, Stu, was very unprofessional in his work ethic and just how he treated his employees, and Barbara made that very clear. One day, all the servers were lined up because there had been rumors of drugs being used inside the restaurant, and they were yelled at. Barbara's next spot was Portland, Maine. She said that she stopped here a few months back for a lecture and noticed that everyone was white. She went on to say that even the low-wage cab drivers, panhandlers, and bus drivers were all white. She said that it would be easier for her to get a job, no questions asked. Barbara had saved up enough money to making minimum wage that she was able to pay in full for a new motel room for the remainder of her stay. Every time she arrived at a new location, she made a new budget in order to stay on track. At the start of the chapter, Barbara talked about applying to different jobs other than serving. She said that her minimum wage dream job was being a cleaning lady at a hotel, so she applied to a few in the area. On top of working as a maid, she also helped out at the nursing home around the area where she lives. She quickly got a job cleaning houses through a company called The Maids. Though having 2 jobs, she realized that it was much easier to pay her bills, even to have a little extra for things she wanted now, but at the cost of her sanity. She became good friends with her coworkers, and like her past jobs, she felt guilty not opening up about who she really was, so she decided to tell them who she really was. Of course, they were shocked and didn't want to believe, but Barbara soon said her goodbyes and went on to her next location. Barbara's last location was Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is a very urbanized and wealthy city, so she found it hard to find a place to live that would fit inside her budget, so she was forced to live in a bad part of town. Although she lived in a dangerous part of town, she has had a car the entire time, so she didn't have the dangers of walking to work or using the bus system. She got a very shoddy room in a very run-down motel in the bad part of town, but she just had to make do. Now that she has a place to stay, now that she has to get herself a job or two. She first applies to Menards and Walmart, but quickly realizes that Walmart had better pay and hours, so she sticks with Walmart. After working there for some time, she realizes that their employees are treated as expendables and can be replaced at any given moment. Barbara noticed that Walmart does not truly care about the state of their employees' mental status and how they are treated at work. As a result to this, she decides to organize a union. The union was a fail, so she resigned, but with her head high, knowing that she at least tried. In the end, Barbara understands now that minimum wage can be done, but the journey is not a pleasant one. Barbara still does interviews and panel talks throughout the country by informing people firsthand of the effects of minimum wage. She hopes that it gets more recognition in the future.